this, this one, and my absolute favorite, this one right here. Do you remember this person in your class? I can't tell you if this was me, but I can tell you one thing for sure. Nobody likes her very much. These words we see and hear may have subconsciously been programming our minds not to like homeworks even more. Every teacher is expected to have been taught about lesson plan. Oh, I bet you most teachers don't like that either. During my professional diploma in education days, we learned about an essential part of lesson plan, which is stating the rationale. This is basically stating the motive behind that lesson or how that lesson will benefit the learner in their day-to-day activity. Something hits me. Many people do not know the rationale behind homework, nor even the rationale behind the lessons we learn in school. And that's why you hear things like, school is a scam. Since we left school, we're yet to find X. Now, don't think I'm here to tell you how homework is linked to students' academic achievements. Like in 2017, when Van Age and a group of other researchers conducted an analysis that included 46 studies and concluded that homework has a significant impact in students' academic achievements. That's not what I'm here to tell you, even though I just did. Homework is very important. Personally, as a teacher, I have noticed a glaring difference between children who get their homeworks done and those who don't. I am marveled at how the children that I teach to read, who previously struggled to read, pick up and begin to read. I mean, their sheer confidence when they start reading excites and amazes me. A realization hits me. It hit me hard this time. Homework is the main ingredient to success. It has always been there, hidden in plain sight. Eureka! I connected the dots. Behold, the rationale behind homework isn't just about passing tests and examination. It is the bridge to success. This doesn't have to do with only people in the formal education setting. No, it has to do with all forms of education. Homework is loaded with secrets to success, and I'll share them with you. The first homework secret is discipline. I remember in my primary and secondary school days how I would sit at a place to get my homework done. I realized now as an adult, it has formed the work pattern and the work habits I now have as an adult. Well, I also didn't want to be punished, so I had to sit down and finish my homework. So if you are able to block off all forms of distractions, oh, trust me, there are so many distractions these days. All you have to do to be distracted is just to pick up your phone, and the distractions just come raining in. So if you are able to block off all forms of these distractions and get work done, then you are disciplined. I want you to imagine many of the successful people you know today. Yes, they are disciplined. Please do not confuse fame for success. They're two different things. Success is being able to achieve a set goal. So if you are able to get work done and block off all forms of distractions and get an achieved goal done, then you are disciplined. The next secret to success is time management. Getting your homework done teaches you time management. There's a rule in my house. You don't eat dinner until you take a bath. and you don't take a bath until homework is done. So, even if you can't tell time yet, you know that there is a time frame or a period to get some things done. So, my children have unconsciously mapped out time for homework, dinner, chores, playtime, and what have you, even though some things get to encroach into each other once in a while. But then, they're able to know that there is a time frame to get something done, all thanks to homework. Time is one of the most important currencies, and getting your homework done teaches you to budget your time. I want you to imagine many of the successful people you admire today. A great majority of them are experts in time management. Strong work ethic. Getting your homework done teaches you a strong work ethic. We hear how around this part of the world, how there are no jobs, no employment, but many employers of labor, they beg to differ. They say that many people are unemployable. True? If you haven't cultivated a habit through getting your homework done, of having a strong work ethic, most times your job, your employer, and your business will suffer it. And the result, the consequence, is a likelihood of an unsuccessful life. So be careful. I was watching a documentary on Thomas Edison recently. I often wondered what the world would look like if he hadn't found a way to contain light in a small space and make it last long. I think it's going to be a very dark world at night, especially. Something stood out while I watched that. He often took work home. Get it? He took work home. Okay, switch it, it becomes homework. He said something that really got me interested, something very interesting, and got me thinking. He said, genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. As a result, a genius is often a talented person who has simply done all of his homework. Now, let me point out that Thomas Edison had very little formal education. He was mostly self-taught. So don't think that this is just for those in the formal school setting. And this is not also to discourage you from starting or completing your formal education. It is highly essential. Resilience. Homework is loaded with resilience. That is when you're consistently getting your homework done. In May 2023, a young Nigerian woman took over the world view and the internet for 4 good days, standing and cooking in her attempt to break the Guinness World Record. Who is that? Exactly. I thought about cooking for 7 hours, and I got tired just by thinking about it. Something struck me. Hilda, who'd never had the nerve, the capacity, the resilience to embark on that journey if she hadn't done that before. And then it struck me. Hilda did her homework. It was that resilience that helped her and enabled her to overcome the setbacks and the obstacles that she encountered in that journey. So if you want to be successful, get your homework done, because it will make you resilient. That resilience is going to help you overcome the setbacks and the obstacles, which is sure to come in this race called life. Without the obstacles and setbacks, we won't be alive. I want you to imagine many of the successful people you admire. Oh, they are resilient. Then I often wondered, could it be the word work, in that word homework, that makes it tiring and work-like? I have a strong feeling that many people don't like work, you know, soft life. How about we stop seeing it as homework, but as home fun? Oh, another point is mastery of craft. I won't be here standing speaking to you if I haven't mastered the art of public speaking and teach it too. I mean, this takes a lot of practice. Many companies and individuals would rather hire or employ masters of their craft than just anyone else. I mean, no wonder people conduct interviews before they employ people. So let's change it from homework to home fun. Home fun, right? That's the term we use in one of the schools where I teach. Home fun. Well, especially now we know the rationale behind home fun. The million-dollar question is, how? I'll tell you a few. Break the home fun into smaller, simpler tasks. My 4-year-old before now never liked numbers. I mean, it was a tug of war to get number works done. Parents and teachers, you can relate, right? So, until I discovered this method, and I've been hooked on it since then, we would break the numbers she used to write and count into 5s or 10s. That way, it won't look so cumbersome and so overwhelming. And that way, I don't get to hear, "Mommy, it's too much." So, you should try it. It works like magic. 2, gamify your home fun. Using my wonderful 4-year-old as a case study still, we play the game of Don't Look. We invented that game, by the way, and this is how we play the game. I turn away while she completes her already simplified task. I make it a point of duty not to turn in her direction so as to earn trust. As I turn away, I'm doing my home fun too. That means that my home fun and her home fun are being completed at the same time. Please don't tell her that. So, I'm only allowed to turn in her direction when I hear, "Ta-da!" or something like that. And that brings me to the third point, reinforcement. So when my daughter says, "Ta-da!" I turn, inspect her work, and I give her the biggest high five in the whole wide world as promised. I honestly do not know what the biggest high five looks like, but I give it to her anyway, I promised. As for myself, I reinforce or reward myself with screen time, a favorite snack, a movie, but I'm only allowed to have those once my home fun is done. You should try it. It smells like success, and it gets you to get your work done easily and in time too. Use of technology is one way to make homework turn to home fun. There are so many apps and AI tools flooding the internet now, like Bard, that's B-A-R-D, ChatGPT, teleprompter for content creators, Research Rabbits, Yippity, quizzes for quiz, so many of them. So, if you are a copywriter, a web designer, a teacher, a content creator, whatever it is you do, learn about these tools and apps, and homework will turn into home fun. Look at this event, for instance. It is a success because some people did their home fun. Finally, let me ask you a question. Give me a yes if you admire these people. Do you admire these people? Barack Obama? Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala? Oprah Winfrey? Our very own Aja Excel here? Chimamanda Adichie? How about Ebi Ogechukwu? Okay. These people have similar things in common. They are successful and they do their home fun. Thank you.